So we're going to do some tapping today on perfectionism, very prominent in our culture, and it's the killer of creativity, dreams, joy, but many of us just aren't even aware that that's what's blocking us. So I'm going to read you a chapter on perfectionism from my new book that I'm writing called The New Masculine. And I invite you to reflect as you read and let these feelings that are behind your perfectionism start to rise. And if you want, tap on your favorite point while I'm reading. It'll only take 2 minutes, and then we'll start tapping formally and perfectly. I promise you. So it says, first, allow me to define perfectionism according to the wisdom found in Scott-opedia. Perfectionism is the masculine side overdoing and microscoping his job without the wisdom, compassion, and balance offered from his feminine side. And in the book, I explain all about these kinds of things, so that might not be clear for you since you haven't read the book. A perfectionist is someone with a badass inner critic who perceives imperfection everywhere, especially within themselves. Then they either make it their job to correct it or critique it. It has been said that most movie critics are repressed, frustrated directors who never allowed themselves to dive into their dream. Some of us wear our perfectionism like a badge of honor. You might even put it on your resume, psychologically speaking. When you are proud of it, it is impossible to see, feel, and heal the anxiety that fuels it. So start to let yourself feel that behind perfectionism is just fear. I encountered my own perfectionist when I began recording my songs professionally in a recording studio. I scrutinized my voice and guitar playing, did take after take, never satisfied, always thinking there was a better performance in me. And then there was the overproducing, adding more instruments and background vocals than necessary. I was afraid of being heard naked, just voicing guitar, which many times would have had a more powerful emotional impact. I was acting like a gorgeous woman who put on way too much makeup, diminishing her natural beauty because she didn't believe she was beautiful as is. Looking back on it, my perfectionism cost me many hours and thousands of dollars in the studio. Fortunately, I eventually was discovered by a very experienced producer who didn't let me overdo it and let me know when my performance sounded great to his ears and when he felt I had it in me to do better. Gradually, I learned the difference between the pursuit of excellence and the self-sabotaging influence of perfectionism. No song I ever put out there has ever felt finished. There was always more room for improvement. But I learned there comes a time to release my musical children into the world, pronounce them good enough, and move on to the next burst of inspiration. Sometimes perfectionism prevents us from starting anything new at all. The creative process always begins with a mess. When the team I hire begins to put one of my songs together, my vocals are practice vocals, not pleasing to my ears, and the instruments are just beginning to come together. I have to hold the vision of the finished song and endure a work in progress. At first, it sounds like crap. My perfectionist would rather abandon ship, but the artist in me knows to keep going without making it wrong. I took improv classes years ago. On the first day of the beginner's class, the teacher informed us that the motto of the class was "Dare to Suck." When I took her advanced class, she gave us an advanced motto for us advanced students dare to suck bigger. Oh, how much fun life becomes when we can rest and relax our perfectionist. Our best can always be better, and as we evolve, it will be. But for now, it is what it is. And so, by the authority vested in you, pronounce your efforts good enough. Not perfect, but perfectly fine for now. Tomorrow is another day. All right. So we're all creativity. We all are artists. We all have something in process that's going to be messy for a while. So how much can you allow a mess? Even though I'm a perfectionist, I choose to love, honor, and accept myself, just as I am. Even though sometimes I use my perfectionism to avoid trying new things, I choose to love, honor, and accept myself just the way I am. Even though I hate messes, and I have to have things in order to feel safe, in order to feel good. And that robs me of a lot of joy. I choose to deeply love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe even accept and bless the perfectionist inside me who's helped me survive, who's helped keep me safe. Good job, perfectionist. This perfectionist inside me, all of this perfectionism, it's hard to see it because I've been thinking that it's a good thing. I've been proud of it. I'm a perfectionist. But there's a difference between pursuing excellence and needing things to be perfect. It's safe for me to see the fear behind my perfectionist side. It's safe for me to process that fear. It's safe for me to let go of the control that has hidden the fear from my awareness. And it's certainly safe for me to have a mess without having to clean it up and make it perfect. So all of this perfectionism that helped me survive, good job, thank you, I appreciate your efforts, but I'm no longer here to survive. I'm here to thrive. So I give myself permission to do things that aren't perfect, to make a mess, to start new things when I'm not sure of myself, and to keep going without the perfectionist over my shoulder saying, this isn't good enough. What are you doing? How dare you? Keep things in order. Go back to your comfort zone. Stay safe. I'm ordering you. Stop this. And what if I just listened to that voice and blessed it and said, thank you, but I'm here to be creative, and part of being creative is making a mess and having a joyful time. All this fear that I'll be judged if I'm not perfect. All this fear that I won't be able to love myself or be loved by others if I'm not perfect. I'm just going to let that go because it's not true. I am lovable in my humanness. My imperfections are perfect. I am a work in progress. I don't need to get to the finish line to enjoy the human race. I am enjoying life more and more, with or without this perfectionist, in body, mind, and spirit. Enjoy your life, make a mess, have fun.